All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Kodash. Double honors and respect to the elders and to the apostles, a great millstone. Peace and blessing to all Akim that are preaching and teaching this word with 100% truth and sincerity. And unto the men, women, and children that are listening and learning. And unto the Bayat Dabadah, the elect house of David that is scattered abroad. I give you my utmost and sincere salutations. Sunday afternoon camp, Lord willing to be edifying. Okay, so we're going to get started with the book of Joel. Joel chapter 2, starting at verse 28. And it says, "And it shall come to pass afterward that I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, your old men shall dream dreams, your young men shall see visions." Okay? Remember a couple days ago, I was watching a little short video by Elder Amawang Gabar from GMS Awakening. You know, he showed a video of this so-called this Negro woman that looked like she was in a state of severe panic. She was out in Texas, and she was crying, and she was just almost looked like she was having a sincere, legitimate panic attack. And, you know, she's saying now, you know, there's going to be a massacre. You know, this isn't, you know, to stop worrying about the little shit. You know, she said that she would never get on, you know, the TikTok app and embarrass herself like that. But hey, the Spirit's on her to give that message that something very bad and wicked is coming. Okay? Massacre, great death, mourning. Okay? The majority of the people of the world, you know, of course they're going to ignore the signs and not understand. So, you know, that's going to be upon them. Okay? So, you have other people, you know, you have other people coming out saying that, you know, with things that are going on, but you know, other people, they have, you know, they tell of, you know, stories of, like, you know, how the economy's falling apart. You know, there was one by, I think it was by can't remember the name, but there was a video where a so-called black man was talking about how, you know, if you don't have any type of skill set outside of, you know, your daily job, the wind's blowing, give me a second here, that he's saying if you don't have like a certain skill set outside your daily job to hustle and make money, you're not going to make it. Okay, if you don't have a certain type of skill set, I mean, it's good to have a skill set, yes, but ultimately, if you don't have the Lord on your side, it doesn't matter what skill set you have, but it would behoove you to learn some things, because once the society falls, like no more electricity, no more running water, no more use of a vehicle, you know, if you don't know how to survive out in the open world, you know, it's going to be rough. You know, the weak die, the strong survive, but the prepared, they thrive. Okay, so you got to keep that in mind. Okay, a lot of people, the majority of these people, I would imagine about maybe, like not even 60%, maybe a little less, know how to survive without these daily necessities of comfort, in which they really don't, maybe more. Okay, you take away social media, and then what they got nothing. So, Joel chapter 2, verse 29, and it says, "And also upon the servants and upon the handmaids in those days will I pour out my spirit." Okay, verse 30, "And I will show wonders in the heavens and in the earth, blood and fire and pillars of smoke." Verse 31, "The sun shall be turned into darkness and the moon into blood before the great and terrible day of the Lord." Okay, we just had a solar eclipse not too long ago. That's a sign that, you know, that there's a, you know, that Esau Edom, his time is up. Okay, and he's going to go down in a very violent way through the destruction. And verse 31, verse 31, "The sun shall be turned into darkness, the moon to blood, before the great and terrible day of the Lord come." 32, "And it shall come to pass that whosoever shall call on the name of the Lord shall be delivered." For in Mount Zion and in Jerusalem shall be deliverance, as the Lord hath said, and in the remnant whom the Lord shall call, the elect. Okay? Out of all the bullshit that's going on right now, those who call upon the name of the Lord and have faith and believe in Him and trust in Him, those are the ones that the Lord is gonna help in those days. Okay? Those are the ones that the Lord is looking out for. Okay? The ones that are truly sincere about repenting and turning back unto Him for everything. Okay, it's going to be the book of Amos. Amos chapter 8, starting at verse 7. And it says, "For the Lord hath sworn by the excellency of Jacob, surely I will never forget any of their works." Verse 8, "Shall not the land tremble for this, and everyone mourn that dwelleth therein? And it shall rise up wholly as a flood, and it shall be cast out and drowned as by the flood of Egypt." Verse 9, "And it shall come to pass in that day, saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, that I will cause the sun to go down at noon, and I will darken the earth in the clear day." Verse 10, "And I will turn your feast into mourning, and all your songs into lamentation, and I will bring up sackcloth upon all loins, and baldness upon every head. And I will make it as the mourning of an only son, and the end thereof as a bitter day." So that, the great humbling is coming. Okay, everybody is going to know, as I said before, pride will cease, humility will increase. Okay? And all this merry and the being in the house of mirth, that's going to stop. Okay? Those that are already in the house of mourning and continue to dwell in the house of mourning, hey, keep it going, because this is not a time to be having fun. This is not the time to be supposedly living your best life, or trying to build a future in this place, because this place has no future. Okay? America has been around for 250 plus years. And the majority of those years, it's been at war, while it's only had about maybe 18 or 20 years of peace. Okay? This place is done. All right? You already have enough. You already have many countries that are against America right now and dropping the dollar. And now I just saw a day or two ago that Iran now just launched an airstrike into Israel. Okay? So, if that's not a sign that World War III is now, then I don't know what else to tell you. You can keep denying it up and down, but the signs are here. Us prophets, all we can do is tell you the truth. We can't make you believe it. If you don't want to believe it, okay, cool. But when these prophecies come to pass, you can't say that we didn't warn you. Okay, verse and like I said, the mourning as of an only son, like losing your child, man. That's a very hard and bitter. That's a very hard and bitter thing to take in, man. And that's what's going to happen to a lot of people in these last days. When all hell breaks loose, everything goes to shit, man. People are going to, not only are grown-ups going to be getting knocked off, but so are children. A lot of people are going to lose their kids. Verse 11, "Behold, the days come, saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor of thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord." So, after all this time, you've been calling us clowns or jokers or weirdos just because we stand out there in the marketplaces, out in public where everybody can see us, being a spectacle, humiliating ourselves, trying to tell you, like, look, man, this is what's going to happen. So repent, but hey, it's cool. You don't want to believe us? Fine. That's fine. Ignore us all you want. But you're going to remember in that day that a prophet had been among you, and he told you these things. And you're going to have no one to blame but yourself because you chose not to listen. Verse 12. And they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord, and shall not find it. Like going back again to that so-called Negro woman in the elder's page on that short video. And she said that we need to seek him. Seek him now. Forget about the little shit. Forget about bills. Forget about your job. Forget about other crap. Forget about this world. The cares of this life. Let it all go. It means nothing. She said you're going to have to be worried about what you're going to eat, what you're going to wear, and what you're going to do. Yeah, what are you going to eat? When the resources, the establishments, when there's no food on the shelves, what are you going to eat? What are you going to wear, You're going to have to wear what you're going to have to wear. You out of your own personal attire. What are you going to do in those days when things start getting serious? And people don't understand that. Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai is visiting the world that he had made. Okay? He is passing judgment daily. And like I said, they shall wander from sea to sea, to and fro, north and east. But they're not going to find the word of the Lord. So they're not going to see us prophets out here on the highways and byways. They're going to cut off the internet. So our YouTube, our social media platforms, they're going to be down. They're going to be gone. So while you have the opportunity to get this knowledge, wisdom, understanding, yet you're going to continue to ignore it, and then you're going to be left with nothing. At that point, it's like I said, if you aren't of the elect, you're screwed. It's just that simple. Verse 13, in that day the fair virgins and young men shall faint for thirst. Verse 14, they that swear by the sin of Samaria and say, thy power, O Dan, liveth, and the manner of Beersheba liveth, even they shall fall and never rise up again. So all this idolatry, okay? Believing in false gods, idols, everything that these people worship in the society, it's all going to fall apart, okay? The young men, the fair virgin, the young men shall faint for thirst. Thirst for this, for the truth of what's going on. Why is this all happening? But it's also a literal thirst too, because, like I said, there's going to be a famine, so people are going to starve. People are going to thirst because they have nothing now. It's going to be all out survival of the fittest. Okay, it's going to be the book of Nahum. Nahum chapter 1, verse 1. And it says, the burden of Nineveh, the book of the vision of Nahum the Elkoshite, verse 2. The Most High is jealous, and the Lord revengeth. The Lord revengeth and is furious. The Lord will take vengeance on his adversaries, and he reserveth wrath for his enemies. Verse 3, the Lord is slow to anger, great in power, and will not at all acquit the wicked. The Lord hath his way in the whirlwind, and in the storm, and the clouds are the dust of his feet. Verse 4, he rebuketh the sea, and maketh it dry, and drieth up all the rivers. Bashan languisheth, and Carmel and the flower of Lebanon languisheth. Verse 5, the mountains quake at him, and the hills melt, and the earth is burnt at his presence. Yeah, the world and all that dwell therein. Okay? So Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai is the one that holds all power. Okay? He's the one that's in control of everything. He's the one that's running the show here. And he's going to take vengeance on his adversaries, the heathen nations, the 2/3 of our own people, and especially you, Esau, Edom. Okay? You are public enemy number 1. Okay? And as for you 2/3, you have moved Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai to jealousy and wrath by following after the ways of this world. Okay? you've made your decision. Now you have to pay for it. Verse 6. Who can stand before his indignation? Who can abide in the fierceness of his anger? His fury is poured out like fire, and the rocks are thrown down by him. Verse 7. The Lord is good, a stronghold in the day of trouble, and he knoweth them that trust in him. Okay? The name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous runneth into it and are safe. Okay? So in the time of trouble, man, when all this shit is happening, with people destroying each other, and we don't know how the weather's going to be, whether it's going to be dark, rainy, or storm. We don't know. We don't know how things are going to be. Things are going to be affected in a very severe and adverse way. But those who call upon the Lord and believe in him and trust in him, those are the ones that are going to be okay. Lord willing, that be us. Verse 8. But with an overrunning flood he will make an utter end to the place thereof, and darkness shall pursue his enemies. Verse 9. What do ye imagine against the Lord? He will make an utter end. Affliction shall not rise up the second time. Okay? So affliction, talking about captivity, hardship, this hard punishment. It will not come up after this anymore, because Lord willing, we are the elect, and we've learned our lesson, and to not disobey and turn away from the Lord anymore. Lord willing. So let me just put it right here, since the wind keeps blowing. I don't want it to knock over. Slovakia. Give me a second here. Okay, so again, now I'm going to read verse 9 again. What do ye imagine against the Lord? He will make an utter end. Affliction shall not rise up the second time. So what do you imagine against the Lord? What are you scheming? Okay? Doesn't matter what you plot against him. He already knows. Okay? Yahweh Shemel Shai is the master chess player. Verse 10. For while they be folding together as thorns, and while they are drunken as drunkards, they shall be devoured as stubble fully dry. Verse 11. There is one come out of thee that imagineth evil against the Lord, a wicked counselor. Okay? And when you go to that wicked, it's talking about the evil one, the devil, right? It goes back to the word Belial or Belial, which is another name for the wicked one. Okay? That devil, that wicked counselor. Okay? Alright, so that was that on that. Now we're going to go to, it's going to be the same book, the book of Nahum, chapter 3. Chapter 3, verse 1. And it says, Woe unto the bloody city! It is full of lies and robbery, the prey departeth not. And what city is full of lies, robbery, oppression, and all sorts of other abominable things? America. Okay? They keep on saying, God bless America. No, God damns America. The Lord hates this place. And there is no saving this place. None. You can't save this place. So let it go. Stop trying to hold on to it. Verse 2, the noise of a whip, and the noise of the rattling of the wheels, and of the prancing horses, and of the jumping chariots. The horsemen lifted up both the bright sword and the glittering spear, and there is a multitude of slain, and a number of carcasses, and there is none end of their corpses. They stumble upon their corpses. Verse 4, behold, because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcraft, witchcrafts, that selleth nations through her whoredoms, and families through her witchcrafts. So America, aka Babylon, the great whore that sitteth upon many waters, she has sold the nations through her whoredoms, and families through her witchcrafts. So through her philosophies, her lies, everything that has done nothing but cause people more trouble, more pain, more headaches, just made people tired. Okay? People are tired of Babylon. They're tired of America. They're tired of this place. Okay? That's why a lot of these other countries are saying fuck America, leaving it behind. Hell, wasn't too long ago that I can't remember what state it was in, but you had a couple of Palestinians, I think they were, that were chanting in one of the cities, in one of the riots, death to America. Okay? Once again, these heathens, they're tired of this place. They're tired. Verse 5, Behold, I am against thee, saith the Lord of hosts, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face, and I will show the nations thy nakedness and the kingdoms thy shame. So Yahweh Shemel Shai is exposing America for all of its, rottenness. How? Through the prophets. He's using us to expose America for all her filthy deeds, her abominations, her lies, her deceits, her secrets. Okay? People are starting to realize that America is not what they thought it was. That this place is just twisted. Verse 6, And I will cast abominable filth upon thee, and make thee vile, and will set thee as a gazing stock. Verse 7, And it shall come to pass that all they that look upon thee shall flee from thee, and say, Nineveh is laid waste, who will bemoan her? Whence shall I seek comforters for thee? So, everybody, a lot of foreigners are fleeing this place because they now see it for what it is. And nobody's going to feel sorry for this place when it goes down. Nobody. Okay? Nobody's going to feel sorry for this place. And Nineveh, just like Nineveh, which was Nineveh was the capital city of the ancient Assyrian Empire, and just like Nineveh, this place is going to fall. Okay, all these ancient kingdoms and empires, the Assyrian Empire, Babylon, the Medo-Persian Empire, Greece, Rome, all of them. Even before that, Egypt, even before Assyrian was Egypt, they all had their time. They all had their time to rule, but now it's over. Okay, it's over now. And America's no different. Now we're going to go back to Joel. It's going to be chapter 3. Joel chapter 3, starting at verse 1. Joel 3 and 1. For behold, in those days, and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem. And it says, verse 2, And I will gather all the nations, and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, Jehoshaphat, and will plead with them there for my people, and for my heritage, Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations in part of my land. Okay? Yahweh Shaphat, meaning Yahweh's judgment. So, eventually, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai is going to have all these nations gathered together against those people over there in the land of Israel right now. Okay? Those 1948ers, the Black Hats, the JOOs, okay, the ones that claim that they are the people when really they're not. They're just the synagogue of Satan. The liars, the ones who are the elite that control everything, that control your finances, They control the businesses, they control the military, they control the religious sector. Okay? They control, you know, what you see on television, you know, always hiding things behind the news media. And the word media goes back to the Greek goddess of illusion. An illusion is usually a lie. It's not real. All right, dropping down to verse 9, and it says, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. And this is talking about the heathens, not the Israelite foreigners. Prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Verse 10, beat your plowshares into swords, and your pruning hooks into spears, let the weak say, I am strong. Verse 11, assemble yourselves, and come all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about thither, cause the mighty ones to come down, O Lord. Let the heathen be wakened, and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, for there will I sit and judge all the heathen around about. 13, put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come get you down, for the press is full, the fats overflow, for the wickedness is great. Right? The wickedness is great, because wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth. Okay? And these heathens, they're getting ready. They all know that war is coming. In fact, it's already here. It's just, when is it going to start really, you know, really popping off? Okay, that's what's most concerning right now. And our people, the people of America, the majority of the people of America, including our own people, the 2/3, are just so damn blind and dumb. You know, they think that everything's going to be okay. It's not going to be okay. Okay? Nothing is going to be okay. Okay, now we're going to go to 2nd Esdras, chapter 14. Second Esdras, chapter 14, starting at verse 13, and it says, now therefore set thine house in order, and reprove thy people. Comfort such as them as be in trouble, and now renounce corruption. So you know, get your shit together. You know, be ready, be rooted in the Spirit, okay? Be rooted in this knowledge, wisdom, understanding, okay? You know, have this book, the whole roll, ingrained into your mind, okay? Because when these really bad times come, man, this is it. I mean, yes, we'll have the brotherhood and the few sincere Akwath, yes, but you know, you gotta, this is gonna be all that you got. Yahweh Shem Yahushai and the word here, man. Because we'll be going through some things, and you know, we'll have to rely on the scriptures. You know, in certain situations, man, you have to apply it to the scripture. Okay? This is what's gonna save you, man. Okay, and let's see. So get your shit together, man, and comfort such as them as be in trouble, and now renounce corruption. So comfort those that are, you know, that are afflicted, and renounce corruption, which is what we're doing on a daily basis. Tell them the truth of what's going on, and what's happening, and what is about to happen. 14. Let go from the mortal thoughts, and cast away the burdens of man. Put off now the weak nature. So once again, the cares of this life, man, let it all go. Whatever it is about this world that's bothering you, just shake it off. It don't mean nothing. 15. And set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste thee to flee from these times. 16. For yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter. Okay? So things are going to get worse and worse and worse and worse. Okay? The mass shootings, the robberies, the killings. Okay? from the time when I came into the truth all the way up till now, more and more celebrities, after each year, more and more celebrities are just dropping. Whether those celebrities be actors, musical artists, famous wrestlers or whatever, just people, just celebrities in general, they're just dropping. That right there's telling you, man, that the Lord is taking away the mirth from this place. Okay? All the people that you used to look up to or that you idolized or you thought were famous and cool, the Lord is dropping them. Verse 17. For look how much the world shall be weaker through age, so much the more that shall evils increase upon them that dwell therein. Okay, so the reason why the earth is growing, weaker through age, because look who's in power. The whole earth, nature itself, it's all sick because look who's in power. The waster created to destroy. Esau, Edom. Okay, the vessel of dishonor. Okay, Esau, Edom has proven and shown well enough that he is not fit to rule. He's not. Okay, he is not meant to be a ruler or a leader for that matter. Okay. Okay, the wind has died down a bit, somewhat. Hopefully, Lord willing, that He keeps it at bay. Nope, no, it hasn't. Okay, so we're right back here. But yes, so Esau, Edom has proven more than enough that he is not fit to be a leader or a ruler. Okay, he's just an unwise and unjust king. Okay, let's see here. Okay, that was second Esdras. Now we're going to still be in second Esdras, but it'll be chapter 15. Chapter 15, starting at verse 1. And it says, Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Verse 3, Fear not the imaginations against thee, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. For verse 4, For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Okay? Don't fear not the imaginations of those that are against you, and let the incredulity of them trouble thee. For the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. So those who mock and scoff and don't believe, okay, their ultimate end is, judgment. Okay? And rightfully so. They deserve it, since they want to be, disrespectful and rebellious. Okay, this is verse 5. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. Verse 6, For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. So therefore, saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely committed, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. And therefore, saith the Lord, I will surely avenge them, and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt. And our people are led as a flock to the slaughter. The 2/3, they put their faith and trust in this system. Okay? And the 2/3, they're going to be, you 2/3, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians, and you speckled bird whose father's seed line goes back. You guys are going to be one of the first ones to jump in and take that digital parasite, the MOTB. I dub it the digital parasite because all you're going to do, that's how they're going to monitor you. You pretty much are giving them control over your whole life, your entire being. And a lot of these dumbass people don't realize that. Okay? It's just and the elders, the apostles and the elders underneath them, we've been saying this for years, that about the MOTB, but our people will not listen. They still think that the mark of the MOTB is what is it? Sleeping with white women, Christianity, sin. Doesn't make sense, because it's talking about a physical mark that's going to be in your right hand or in your forehead. Okay, talking about Elon Musk and his Neuralink, the brain digital parasite, or the one digital parasite that's going to go in your hand, wherever they put it in your body. The Lord says, do not take it. Okay, let's see. Where are they at? Verse 11. 2nd Esdras 15 and 11. But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. Verse 12. Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plagues and punishment that the Most High shall bring upon it. Okay. So Egypt is going to feel it. Yahweh Shema Shai is going to bring that pain, famine, death, destruction, and the sword. And the sword being Esau Edom. He is the sword. Okay? He's going to bring down that ungodly multitude of men of war. And these men are not going to spare nobody. They're not going to spare men, women, or children, or infant. Okay? If you do not comply, you die. It's that simple. So, you have to have this in your mind, man, to get ready, because when they come down with that great wrath, like I said, if you're not locked into the Spirit, and if you don't have that true sincerity in your heart that you're standing with and by Yahweh Shema Shai to the end, you're set up for failure. You're destined. You're doomed to fail. Slovakia, the wind keeps picking up. So I'm trying to find a way to block it out here. There we go. So once again, Yahweh Shema Shai, things are amping up, and we're going to see how it turns out this summer. I get Zephaniah chapter 3. Zephaniah 3 and 1. And it says, Zephaniah 3 and 1, it says, he showed me, wait, this is Zechariah, Slovakia. Oops. There we go, Zephaniah 3 and 1, and it says, woe to her that is filthy and polluted, the oppressing city. Talking about America. Verse 2, she obeyed not the voice, she received not correction, she trusted not in the Lord, she drew not near to her power. Verse 3, her princes within her are roaring lions, her judges are evening wolves, they gnaw not the bones till the morrow. Verse 4, her prophets are light, her treacherous persons her prophets are light and treacherous persons, meaning that they're liars. Her priests have polluted the sanctuary. They have done violence to the law. You know, they don't follow the law. They go against the law. Okay? And it says her princes are roaring lions, and her judges are eating wolves. Okay? The court systems, the law enforcement, okay, they're all corrupt. They have the power to do as they please. They could pull you over for whatever reason, lock you up for whatever reason, even if you're not doing anything wrong. Okay, they abuse their authority. Like that old saying goes, rules for thee, but not for me. You have to understand, in this society, you own nothing. The only way you could really own something is through an alloidal, what they call a alloidal title, which is, you know, according to what they say, is that God can't touch it, which means the God of this world can't touch it, which means it is rightfully yours. But how many people know that one? Okay? Not only that, but, you know, your birth certificate, you're getting your car registered, okay? They're basically, we're just borrowers to the lenders here, okay? They could take, even if you have something paid off and you have the title and all, it doesn't mean that you own it. But let's see, where was I? Oh yeah, verse Zephaniah 3 and 5. It says, "The just Lord is in the midst thereof; he will not do iniquity. Every morning doeth he bring his judgment to light; he faileth not, but the unjust knoweth no shame." Okay, so Yahweh Shem Ashai is in the midst, and he's bringing forth that judgment. But you know, even though Yahweh Shem Ashai is bringing forth the judgment, but the unjust, they know no shame. They don't care because they're just that damn prideful. They think none's gonna happen to them because they got the money, they got the power, they got all the resources, they got all that they need, that they supposedly want or need. Esau Edom fails to realize that if it wasn't for the Lord, he wouldn't have what he has right now. It's gonna be Sirach. Chapter 10, verse 8, and it says, "Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another." So, you know, because of Esau's unrighteous decrees and his ass backwards laws and ways of doing things, you know, he's just unrighteous in every which way, shape, and form. So Yahweh Shem Shai is moving him out of the power seat now, because the throne is meant to be established in righteousness, not wickedness. Verse 9, "Why is earth and ashes proud? There is not a more wicked thing than a covetous man. For such an one setteth his own soul to sale, because while he liveth, he casteth away his bowels." So, excuse me. So, a covetous man, one who desires things, even if it belongs to somebody else. Okay, and like the scripture, what profit is there to gain for selling your own soul? You selling your own soul to gain the whole world, gain all of this, but in the end, you know, you sold your soul for this. Was it worth it? Was it really worth it? This is going to be Luke chapter 6, verse 24. It says, "But woe unto you that are rich, for ye have received your consolation." Verse 25, sorry. Woe unto you that are full, for ye shall hunger. Woe unto you that laugh now, for ye shall mourn and weep. Verse 20, Salakia. This is verse 26. Woe unto you when all men shall speak well of you, for so did their fathers to the false prophets. Okay? So, you know, those that are living deliciously right now, you're about to be put in a very, very sore case. All the people that you done fucked over, all the people that you just abandoned, all the people that you keep oppressing on a day-to-day basis, all the people you keep stealing from, you know, it's all going to come back to haunt you. This is what I'm going to close out with this. It's going to be Proverbs chapter 1. Proverbs chapter 1, verse 22. And it says, "How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity? And the scorners delight in their scorning, and the fools hate knowledge." So how long will ye simple ones love simplicity? Okay? That's talking about you 2/3, man. You're the simple ones. How long will you keep loving this, how long are you gonna keep dwelling in this ignorance? What is it gonna take for you to wake up and realize that this world isn't meant for you? What is it gonna take for you to realize that you're walking towards a dead end? Verse 23, "Turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you." 24, "Because I have called, and ye refused, I have stretched up my hand, and no man regarded." So while the Lord was showing you mercy, He was giving you the opportunity, the chance to turn back unto Him, but no man regarded, which means you didn't take this into consideration. So now you've pretty much given the Lord a reason to justify coming down upon you with judgment. You've given Him a reason. Okay? When someone gives you a chance but you don't take it, what do you expect the outcome to be? "25, but ye have set at naught all my counsel, and with none of my reproof." Verse 26, I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. So, because you choose to be a mocker and a scoffer and a non-believer, so when that time comes, when everything goes to shit, and you're put in a sore case, you're panicking, you're struggling, you're mourning and you're weeping, the Lord's going to laugh at you, and He's not going to care. He is not going to care. You're going to try and call upon the name. He's not going to hear you. Okay? So before the famine of the word hits, I suggest you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians, and you speckled bird, and you get with the program. Because we don't have time. Like that lady in that video said, we don't have time. Time is short. Verse 27, "When your fears cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you." Verse 28, "Then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me." Verse 20, for that they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Lord. Verse 30, they would none of my counsel, they despised all my reproof. Therefore shall they eat of the fruit of their own way and be filled with their own devices. For the turning away of the simple shall slay them, and the prosperity of fools shall destroy them. 33, but whoso hearkeneth unto me shall dwell safely, and shall be quiet from fear of evil. So those that hearken, and those that put their faith and trust in the Lord, they shall fear no evil, because the Lord's gonna have the hedge of protection over them. But for those that are against the Lord, like I said, if you're not the elect, you're screwed. It's just that simple. So Yahweh Shem Shai, he's pouring out his spirit more and more. You're gonna see more people. You're gonna see these demons amp up more and more. People are gonna become more violent, more cold-hearted, more aggressive, more rebellious, more everything that is wicked. And they are not gonna spare anybody. That's what the scriptures say. The love of many shall wax cold. All right, so Salakia, it's just this wind is all over. But I hope that this was a edifying camp. I would like to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Wadash. Right, double honors and respect to the elders and to the apostles of the great millstone. Peace and blessing to all Akim that are preaching and teaching this word with 100% truth and sincerity. And unto the men, women, and children that are listening and learning. And unto the Bayat Dawadah, the elect house of David that is scattered abroad, I give you my utmost and sincere salutations. See you in the next lesson, Lord willing. Kwam Yasharallah, Shalom, Barakatam.